Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. The goal of this video is to answer questions related to the upcoming Farming Simulator 25 game. If you'd like to pre-order it for PC, please use the link in the description or code FarmerCop at checkout. That does go to support the channel at no additional cost to you, so it does not cost you any extra. Unfortunately, it is for PC only. Again, the purpose, as I said, is to answer questions. I'm here only to provide information to some of the frequently asked questions about Farming Simulator 25. There is a lot of misinformation going around, and I want to hopefully resolve some questions people have. The answer to some of these questions, and actually quite a few of them, will be that we just don't know yet. And hopefully that'll just give you that answer, because some people I'll see comment a question about something that we don't know anything about yet, and someone will come up with an answer below that, which is just not true because we don't know anything. And everything in this video is what we know about the game up to the day that this video was released. So if you are watching this video the day after it comes out, there could be new information. Just be aware of that. Don't comment down below and say, well, you're wrong, here's the new information. I'm just going to delete the comments. I may have not known at the time, so just be aware of that because I can't see the future. And again, some of these are very simple questions, and some of these I'm going to give you what I think is probably going to happen. I'm going to give you the answer, whether it's yes or no, or whatever the answer is, and then what I think will happen if we don't have an answer yet. So let's go ahead and get into it. Number one, when does FS25 release? It releases on November 12th for all platforms. Number two, what platforms will it be on? It'll be on PC and Mac, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S, not old-gen consoles. Old-gen consoles would not be able to run the new game. That's why they're leaving them behind. We've kind of known this is going to happen since FS22. They almost got left behind in FS22, to be completely honest with you, old-gen console owners. Nothing against you, it's just they want to be able to do more with the game. Number three, is there a pre-order bonus? Yes, the MacDon pack, which is why you should pre-order now. Number four, what is the MacDon pack? The MacDon pack is a branded pack of machines that enables you to do crop swathing in Farming Simulator 25. And now what kind of goes along with that, and I get a ton of questions about this. Number five, what is swathing? It is a method of first cutting the grain-style crops such as wheat or barley into windrows, then second, going over them with a harvester to collect the grain. So you might ask then, number six, why swath crops? Isn't it just more work? It is more work, and we do not know yet the full in-game benefits of doing it. In real life, farmers will do this for several reasons related to the weather and yield and care for the crops. So there are reasons to do it, and no, it is not the same as a straw swath. I've seen a lot of people say we've had swathing in game for years. We have on modded maps and stuff like that, but not base game. So yes. Can you swap cross? Number seven, can you swap cross without the MacDon pack? On release day, no. After release day, probably. Either from mods made by the community or buying the MacDon pack separately instead of getting free as a pre-order, which is why I would encourage you to pre-order. We do not yet know for sure if it will be available to buy separately, but we can assume that it probably will be, and this is me taking a guess here. Number eight, will there be productions in FS25? Yes. Number nine, what are the new products we can make with productions? So far, we have been teased a few and told of a few, but we don't know if there are any more other than those to come. We know that mozzarella is coming, rope is coming, and I may be missing a couple things. I'm pretty sure these are the two that have been pretty much confirmed. Obviously, we'll have milk and stuff like that from animals. I would also assume barrels. I saw a barrel factory on Riverbend Springs, so probably barrels. We've seen that before with the Platinum expansion of Farming Simulator 22. And again, I may be missing a couple here. So yeah. We can also assume that we will have all the products we had in at least the base game of Farming Simulator 22. Maybe not all the premium expansion products, but we'll have at least all the base game products such as, you know, flour, cake, and that sort of stuff. So we'll kind of have to see from there. Number 10, are there any new field crops for Farming Simulator 25? Yes. Number 11, what are the new crops? Well, technically speaking, carrots, parsnips, and red beets are new to the base game for Farming Simulator 25. They were released in FS22 during the premium expansion. And then we also have peas, green beans, and spinach. Do we know how the new crops will work? Yes and no. We have had blog posts on spinach and peas, but nothing on green beans yet, though they did confirm that green beans are coming. They just haven't released any information yet. If you want to know more about those, please check out those videos. Otherwise, I'll have to go on a 20-minute rant right here, and that might be a little too much for this video. It might just make it a little too long. So, because I do have 100 questions to get through. Number 13, are there any new animals in FS25? Yes. Number 14, what are the new animals? Water buffalo and goats. Those are the two new animals coming to FS25. Number 15, can animals graze in FS25? Yes, grazing in a pasture is a new feature. We don't know necessarily how this is going to work. We don't know if you're going to be able to move animals around, how it's going to look, any of that. We don't have any of that information. We just know it is coming to Farming Simulator 25 as a feature. Number 16, are there baby animals? Yes, animals will grow up in 3 stages, baby, youth, and adult. Number 17, is there GPS in Farming Simulator 25? Yes. Number 18, this one drives me crazy. Is GPS going to be for console players as well? Yes. Anything in the base game will be for console players as well. They're not going to have features that are not that are in the base game that are for PC only. All of these features are for all platforms. Number 19, are there improved and new AI workers in FS25? Yes, they are significantly different and better than FS22 workers are. They're way better. I have a couple of videos out on this. You can check those out if you want to know why they're better, but they are far better. They'll actually be able to do odd-shaped fields and go around the edges and then do the center, and they'll do that all automatically. Number 20, will AI still be able to drive and deliver items? We don't actually know this yet. I'm assuming yes, because it was a feature before. We're just going to have to assume that it's going to be in there because it was before, but again, we don't have this confirmed yet. Number 21, will AI driving and delivering things be better? I agree, it definitely needs some improvements, so I'm going to say on the hopeful end of this, yes, I hope for improvements, but we also don't know yet because we haven't heard anything. Number 22, are there tornadoes or twisters in FS25? Yes. Kind of going along with that, those names are interchangeable, so just be aware of that. Now I'm going to go on a kind of a rant here on a bunch of questions about twisters. Are the twisters on every map? We don't actually know this yet. They will likely be something on a mod map maker will have to enable on their map and will likely be only on the American map in base game. Number 24, can you turn twisters off? Yes, we however do not know if turning them off will remove their visuals or just their effects. So you may be able to turn them off in terms of the damage and what they do to your bales and things, and we'll go over that in a second, but you may still be able to see them on the map even if you have them turned off. They just won't do anything. Number 25, what do twisters do? They can damage crops, trees, and bales, at least bales that are not covered by a shed. Number 26, can twisters destroy sheds and machinery? Another big question that gets asked a ton. No, they will not destroy machinery and will not destroy buildings. They have noted that there is a possibility some buildings may be destroyable or be damaged by twisters, but nothing official has been said other than it just kind of been maybe mentioned as being a possibility. So it might be something they're working on and trying to get into the game, but they don't know for sure yet. Number 27, how often will twisters appear? They will happen once a year and on most years. Not every year, but most years will have one twister a year. Will they be more than one twister at a time? No. Number 29, are there different sizes of twisters? No. Number 30, is there hail in the game? Yes. Number 31, will hail damage my crops? Also yes. Number 32, how often will it hail and will it hail on every map? This we have absolutely no answer to yet. I would assume most maps are capable of hail, and I would assume that the hail will maybe come once a year if not less than that. So just be aware of that. Number 33, another big one. Can you turn off the fog? No, it's part of the weather system, but it is only in some places on maps and only at certain times of the day, such as the morning and the evening. I know that they've shown off so many screenshots that you guys now believe that it is Fog Simulator and you're just going to have fog absolutely everywhere at all times on the map because they're so excited about it. You've only seen it so much because they've shown it off a ton, but I've spent 6 or 7 hours now playing Farming Simulator 25. When I was at PAX West, I got to play the demo version a ton of times and an unlocked version, or at least somewhat unlocked, and all the features were unlocked, but the timer was not there. And I can tell you that going through the day, you don't have fog. Like, it felt pretty normal during the normal times of the day, so you're not gonna have fog at all times. Number 34, how many maps will there be in the base game? 3. Number 35, what are the base game maps? Zalanka will be coming as the European map, Riverbend Springs will be the American map, and then there will be a third Asian map that is to be announced. I'm assuming they will announce it at the Tokyo Game Show at the end of this month, September, but we'll have to see. Number 36. Some of these just make me laugh because you guys crack up. You guys might just disagree with some of my answers, but I don't care. I'm going to put it all out there because there's a lot of angry people out there and it doesn't make any sense to me. Is Farming Simulator 25 a reskin of Farming Simulator 22? No, they built a new game on a completely new version of their game engine, and FS22 and FS25 are not even remotely compatible with each other. It's not a reskin. It's very different. It's a completely new game. They use some of the framework from the old one, but it is a completely new game. And number 37, are they still using the Giants engine? Yes, and they will always will. Get over it. They're going to keep using their own engine. They're going to keep upgrading it, making it better. They're now going to start making other games, or at least working with another company to make a racing game on their engine. And I think that this is going to help them be able to improve their engine more and more. So they are making it better and better and better, but they are always going to use their engine. Number 38, will all the animals I own show up in my animal pen? For example, if you own 100 cows, will you visually see all 100 cows in the animal pen? No, you will see some, not all. If we saw all the animals, you would need a supercomputer to run the game. This is how it has been done, has to be done for performance reasons because of how detailed the animals are. There was a blog post recently talking about how detailed the water buffaloes is and how they were created. all of that detail on every animal. If you had 100 of those walking around, it would absolutely just ruin your performance. So that's why it just is what it is. You're not going to have 100 animals packed into a pen because of how detailed the animals are. Number 39. Will AI traffic on the roadway have a solid collision like it does in FS22? Yes, this is a farming game, not GTA 5, so don't expect it to not have a solid collision or have damage to the AI if you hit them. Number 40, will AI traffic be any better? Yes, actually, we've seen some of this. I don't know if it's going to be an extreme improvement, but there are some improvements. The AI traffic has been improved, and it will be a little bit better at behaving around the player. I know there's been some clips out there of seeing the AI traffic go through buildings and some weird stuff on some of the demo games, but the AI traffic again was not finished in those, so just be aware of that. And from playing the game, if you stop in the middle of the road, the AI traffic just drives around you and keeps going. They'll literally go into the other lane, drive around you, then continue on their way. So they will drive around you, they're not just going to wait for you. So I think that's at least one improvement that I've seen. Number 41, are there going to be new greenhouse crops? Most likely, yes. We actually got a teaser that showed up possible new greenhouse products, such as peppers of some kind, mushrooms of some kind, and green onions, or something similar to that, depending on what name you like to call them. So most likely, yes, but we don't know for sure. Will there be NPCs in the game or non-player characters? Yes, actually, they have confirmed this at FarmCon. We do not know what that will look like in terms of function yet, however, so I don't know how detailed that'll be or how that's all going to work out. I wouldn't hold my breath on how much is going to be happening, but at least it's a step in that direction for you guys. Number 43, are there seasons? Yes, there will be seasons. Number 44, can you turn seasons off? Probably, but again, it's not confirmed yet. Number 45, will there be VR or virtual reality in FS25? No, there will not be support for VR. Number 46, will there be slots on console? Yes. This is something that is done for performance reasons, and it is something that has to be done for stability reasons to make sure the game does not crash when you're playing it on consoles. If they didn't have the slot count on consoles, then it'd be very easy for you to crash it. And technically speaking, PCs also have slot count as well. It's just not a specific number. It just kind of changes and varies depending on what you have going on. But there's only so many things you can actually have running in the game or have on the game or have purchased on the game before the game will actually just crash and shut down your PC. Number 47, how many slots will we get on FS25? We don't know yet, but it will be a significant increase from FS22 most likely. Even going off of the new gen consoles, what they had compared to the old gen consoles, the new gen consoles are still going to get a big increase, I think, with how they've set it up and optimized some things. Number 48, will there be a bale and pallet limit on console? Yes. Number 49, what is that limit? We don't know yet. Number 50, will there be a limited number of animal husbandries you can have on a map? Most likely yes. Again, not confirmed, but I would assume yes on this one. Number 51, can you turn off the visible line for GPS? We don't know yet. I hope so. I don't like it. I know you guys don't like it. I hope that they can get it turned off. I would love to have a setting to do that, but again, we don't know yet. Will every vehicle have GPS? We also don't know, but it will likely be an add-on for most, if not all, the equipment in the shop that you can pay a little extra for. Number 53, will logging be a part of the game? Yes. I know they have not showed off any of this, but yes, it will be part of the game. Number 54, will there be mods for FS25? Yes, there will be mod support. Number 55, when will mods start releasing? We won't know for sure, but typically they start releasing within the first month, if not faster than that. Number 56, will every mod be for all platforms? No, some mods, such as script mods, will still be PC only. This is not a thing that Giants is able to push out to consoles. This is a Sony and Microsoft issue. Sony and Microsoft prevent those things from going out to consoles without like a game patch, which Giants isn't going to send out a game patch every time a new script mod comes out, just to make sure every console player can have the option to play it. So it's just not going to happen. Number 57, will there be contracts? Yes. Number 58, will contracts be better or different? Probably. I can imagine they will be some changes to them, but I wouldn't expect anything major. Maybe just some basic improvements and be able to do some different types of contracts. But again, we don't have any confirmed information on this yet. Number 59, will there be a contract limit? Probably yes. I would assume it's probably going to have one as well, just like we have in Farming Simulator 22. Obviously, there's mods on PC that remove that, but base game, there's a contract limit of 3. What will the contract limit be? Likely 3, but we don't know yet. Maybe they'll increase it, just we don't know. Number 61, will horses actually be worth doing? I love this question. I honestly really hope so. I loved doing horses in Farming Simulator 19. But they were a little too good in Farming Simulator 19, and then Farming Simulator 22, they just absolutely nerfed them, so they're useless. But we have no information as of right now, so hopefully they're a little bit better. Hopefully they kind of meet in the middle on that. Number 62, will the server browser be any different? Maybe some minor changes in terms of how you connect to servers and how the multiplayer thing is set up, but I wouldn't expect anything major. Number 63, will we have expandable pastures? Probably not, but we don't know yet. I would assume not, but you know, it is something that we don't know yet. Number 64, what products will we get from goats? We don't know yet. I'm assuming some goat milk, goat cheese type stuff, but I don't know. We'll have to see from there. Number 65, another big one. Will meat and butchers be in the game? No, they're not allowed per the game's rating. They're not allowed per the PEGI rating that the game has. Therefore, they will also not be allowed in mods on the mod hub that's official. So PC players can get third-party mods from other sites to do this stuff, but it will not be allowed in the game from Giants. Number 66, same basic concept here. Will we get alcohol production, such as grapes to wine? You know, that makes sense. Pretty reasonable. No, again, not allowed by the game rating. And you won't be able to have these kind of mods in the official mod hub either because of that. Number 67, will there be hemp for hemp rope, etc.? No, there will not be hemp. Number 68, will bees be different or more realistic? This one we don't know, but maybe. I hope there's a little bit more to them. I think that bees could use a little bit of an overhaul, but we don't know yet. Moving on to number 69. Sorry, I'm running out of breath. So many questions. Can you go into buildings? Some yes and some no. We have seen some buildings you can go in and some that you can't, just like you have decorative buildings now. Number 70, when you join a multiplayer game, will it still pause everything for a minute to synchronize? Yes, just based on how the game is constantly updating the way it is, they have to have that. And if you remember from Farming Simulator 19, it took absolutely forever. Farming Simulator 22 is a lot faster, and I can assume that Farming Simulator 25 will also likely be an improvement from there, but we don't know for sure. Number 71, will tire size and width matter with ground deformation? Yes. Number 72, can you lease equipment still? Yes. Number 73, can you get a loan for a vehicle or do a lease to own sort of thing with the vehicle? We don't know for sure. I would love to have that in the base game, but I'm just gonna have to go with probably not gonna happen. Moving on, number 74, will there be precision farming in Farming Simulator 25? We don't know, but hopefully yes. It definitely won't be base game. This is a project that was not done by Giant specifically. It was done in cooperation with John Deere and some other companies who were the ones that actually paid for and funded the project, hence why we got it for free and how it kind of came out the way that it did. But we don't know if they're going to do that again or not yet. I would hope so. I think it's a big part of the game, and I know a lot of you guys like it, so hopefully we'll see it again. Number 75, will rain or water affect yield? No. Number 76, will there be irrigation? No. The only water-related function with crops is the flooded rice fields, and that's just kind of more visual than anything else and has to be flooded at a certain time to be able to plant and stuff like that, but shouldn't affect yield if you do it or don't. So yeah, I wouldn't expect anything with irrigation. I've seen a lot of pretty angry comments about irrigation. Irrigation is a big deal in a lot of areas, but to be honest with you, most farmers don't irrigate regularly. It might be very big where you're at, but where I'm at and a lot of other people are at, such as a lot of places in Europe where there's a lot of rain and things like that, and even a lot of places in the US, irrigation's just not that common. So it's not going to be in this game. Maybe in the next game, we'll have to see. Number 77, will there be major physics changes to how vehicles drives? Likely not. Biggest change will be ground deformation in regards to vehicles. Number 78, will bale physics be different? No. Number 79, will log physics be any different? Probably not. We don't know for sure, but I would assume not. Number 80, will there be bigger equipment? Probably some bigger equipment, but it will be most likely modders that will have to bring us the bigger equipment like they did in FS22. Number 81, will there be changes to weeds? Probably not. Number 82, will there be changes to fertilizing and liming? Also probably not. Number 83, will we have field stones in the game as well? Probably, though we actually haven't seen anything about this yet, though I would assume field stones of some kind will be a part of it. It'd be kind of interesting to see how that works with ground deformation, to be honest. Number 84, will ground deformation have any impact on yield, such as if you deform the ground around where your crops are or drive over your crops in terms of that? No. There'll still be like crop destruction as an option to turn on or off, but that's just why it is. Number 85, this one, I love this question. This is, why isn't blank a standard crop, such as alfalfa, rye, hemp, or any other requested crop? They can't add every crop in the world, so they choose some to add, and that is just what they do. So just be aware of that. They're not going to add everything. You might think that there's a large amount of people asking for specific things, but it may just be you or a small group of people. Alfalfa, I know, is a big one, probably one of the more common ones I see, and it's just not added in this. Maybe it'll come in an expansion or something like that. Again, we don't know. Number 86, another big one. This is a huge controversial question here. Will 4X maps be available on console? We do not know. I can tell you that all of the base game maps will not be 4X. None of the base game maps will be that big. Giants has said that. But with the game only being on new gen consoles, I would say there's a very good chance this will be possible. I can't see any reason why a PlayStation 5 or a newer gen Xbox can't run a 4X map. So I would say probably a 90 to 95% chance that they'll be allowed on consoles, but again, we don't know for sure yet. Number 87, will the functions of pumps and hoses be in the base game? Nope, pumps and hoses was created by Creative Mesh, ergo not a Giants own product specifically. They worked with Giants, so they'd have to work it out with Creative Mesh again to implement it, and my guess is it will come as the same DLC at some point as well, and be a third-party DCL again. So we'll probably see that later, but not right now. Number 88, are there going to be new steps to take care of fields such as or similar to how rolling or mulching were added in previous games? Maybe, but we don't know. I would assume probably not any major changes to how field work is done, but we don't know yet. Number 89, will productions be better at distributing things? I'm going to have to say probably not. I wouldn't expect any major changes here, though I definitely agree with you guys. I wish the productions menu were a little bit more controllable. I wish you could do a little bit more to modify how it worked. Number 90, will there be more types of wildlife, such as the deer or birds that we see? I would say maybe, but I would say also probably not. I think it's a possibility, but I wouldn't hold my breath on that one either. Number 91, would there be more than one type of dog that you can have? I would hope so. I think it'd be awesome, but again, I'm not going to hold my breath on that being a new feature. Number 92, another huge question. Will there be car brands like Dodge, Chevy, Ford, or GMC? No, just flat out no. It's probably never going to happen. Maybe in future games, but definitely not Farming Simulator 25. Probably never going to happen. Number 93, will there be major changes to the store, such as a search bar or the ability to filter by criteria? We don't know yet. I'm going to assume that the store will be probably set up very similar to how it is now with a few visual changes. However, I would absolutely love to have more stuff that you can do in the store to search or to filter by what you're looking for. But I'm not going to say that it's going to happen. Number 94, will mirrors be adjustable? No, at least not in the base game. Number 95, will wipers interact with water droplets? We don't know. We've seen water droplets on machines and equipment, and we've seen a lot of cool stuff with water being on equipment and equipment getting wet, but we haven't actually seen it interact with the wipers yet, so I'm not going to hold your breath on it. I think it'd be cool to see that, and it's definitely a possibility, but I don't think that we're going to know until the game actually releases, or they show something off that shows that that's going to happen, but we'll have to see. They have done a lot with water, so... Number 96, will snow just appear and disappear, or will it happen gradually? I would assume it's going to appear and disappear just as it did in FS22. But again, we don't know yet. Number 97, will tractor maintenance be the same as it is now? Yes, tractors and equipment will slowly wear as you use them, and you will pay to repair them. They won't have specific needs like an oil change or change out the tires or something like that. Number 98, here's where we get to the most controversial questions here. Number 98 is, does Giant Software pay me, Farmer Cop, to hype up their game? Not really, guys. They really don't. I am a partner. I'm even one of their highest tier partners. I'm a gold partner with them. I get the benefit of being a partner is I get information early and I get the game for free. But I can be honest about what I see as well. They don't say I have to be whatever about it or anything like that. On my best month, in terms of my ref link, when you guys use code FarmerCop at checkout, if I have a really good month, I might make $50 from the ref link selling the game. And for Giants to pay me, I have to pay a $20 wire transfer fee. So it's not making a lot of money off of Giants. They're not paying me like extra on top of that to hype up their game. They're just not doing that. And my opinions of their games are my own. I am very excited about this game, and you have every right to disagree with me. And I do not falsely hype up the game. I am as hyped as I actually am in real life about the game and as excited about it. And if you don't believe me, if you want to see where I was not happy with Giants, you should go watch my stream or my videos on the Farm Production Pack, where I actually recommended people request a refund for the DLC. Number 99, do I have to buy FS25 or Farming Simulator 25? No, buy it or don't, but stop complaining that it's the worst game you've ever seen, or is the same as FS22. At the end of the day, it's just a game. We all love it. I know a lot of us are passionate about it, but the complaining's got to stop at some point. It's nice to provide constructive feedback to Giants, but telling Giants they're terrible and they're making a terrible game, it just isn't helpful. So it's meant to be for people to have fun playing, so if you don't like it, or you don't think it'll be fun, don't buy it. You're definitely welcome not to buy it. Number 100, should I buy FS25? Well, in a poll I did, only 7% of you said you were not going to buy it. 38% of you said you would wait and see. And finally, the largest portion of you, 56% of you, said you have pre-ordered or will buy it at release. I think it's a good deal for what we get. I think that it's way better than Farming Simulator 22 in terms of features and what's going to happen in it. And it's the same exact price as Farming Simulator 22 was at release, so we're paying the same thing as the game that we paid for 3 years ago. So if anything, you should be upset that you paid that much for Farming Simulator 22. Farming Simulator 25 is a screaming deal, and I would definitely recommend getting it. So again, you don't have to, but yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully this video, I know is a little long, hopefully this video answered some of your questions and gave you a little bit more ease about some of the things. I know there was a lot of I don't knows or we're hoping for things, but this is just all the questions I'm seeing, and this is the information we have at this time. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. If it was, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel, and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.